Hope I can make this video quite helpful to some people. I already got this thing apart, so this isn't step-by-step how to take things apart, but I wanted to show the details on some of these parts, because sometimes when you're looking at the exploded diagram, some people probably flip the parts around or something. This is the clutch shell and magnet housing that goes over the stator. Kind of works like an alternator when you put everything together. This is a new part. I assumed, since this part was done back in 1997, I think it was done by Zippers as a custom machine shop fix-up. They welded the ring gear onto the clutch shell because this was a Japanese-made Showa part, and this ring gear was press fit on here, and that would spin after a while, and you wouldn't be able to start the bike. The other thing was they always had these magnets glued on the inside here, and they would crack and come off and smack into the stator, and you'd have to buy this part, which is like 450, 500 bucks plus the stator, take it all apart, get all the crap out of there. What I think it was Zippers did this. I don't know if they do it now, but this is way back 30 years ago, 25 years ago. They put this in a nylon, they put new magnets in it, and they put it in this nylon basket, and you could see it's 100% primo. So I'm going to keep this part. I got a new one here. This is from V Factor. I don't know if this is the same as V Twin. There's a different listing for V Factor, but this one has a stainless steel ring. The magnets won't get in there. It appears there's like heat over here. It looks like this ring was like welded on here or heated up real good or something. I don't think it's going to spin. Now, these look different because I put the hub in here. There's a hub that goes in here, and see those splines that goes on the splines over there where the stator is. So, and when you change this out, you got this snap ring, and it comes out. This thing is in there. This won't rock. This seems like it's in there really solid. Now, I'm going to keep this part, but I'm changing out the primary change, the front sprocket and everything, clutch cable, that plastic shoe that goes on there. Also changed out this little bearing in here, which is like a clutch throwout bearing. So when you pull in your clutch, this is the bearing it rides on. Mine wasn't worn out. I was surprised. It's like, I think it's the original one, but there's a tiny little snap ring in there you got to get out, which fortunately has had some snap ring pliers. So when you put the clutch pack in here, it's the friction plate, then the steel, the friction plate, alternating between friction plate and steel, and you wind up with a friction plate, and then this goes over it. Now, I eliminated, there's like a thick spring thing in the middle between all these friction plates and steels on the clutch pack. Like right now I'm just laying this in there without the clutch pack because it'll have to be compressed, but just to show you. But what I did was I bought an extra special kit from Barnett clutches that has 2 extra steels and an extra clutch. It replaces that spring that's in the middle. It's just like a really thick steel. And that thing is problematic because sometimes the rivets break off and you got a lot of problems. The metal gets in there and stuff. You put this in there and it eliminates that problem. I don't know why they don't make it that way from the factory, but this is much better. And that's from Barnett. So I soaked everything in oil. That's what you want to do. Make sure all the clutches are oiled up. They're not dry when they go in there. So this, when this goes in, you're gonna have all the clutches in here, and this is gonna go over it. And you got this piece first. You see how that is? It goes in like this, because actually the inside of this gear, this spring, this clutch spring, sits on it like that. All right, so when you put all the clutches in here, You're going to put this hub over here. How do we recall that? What goes in there next it's already in there. Where it goes in there next, it was already stuck on there, is this piece. You can see how that is? It goes like that. Okay? Fits right over there. And then your clutch spring, you can see how it sits like that. The outside is beveled up. That fits over there. That fits right over that piece. This goes on there next. You can see how the outside is like convex up. It's like it's facing up there on the outside. That goes over this. Then you got this flat, doesn't matter which way this one goes, just a flat piece. Now, here, you're going to have to compress this clutch down. I notice sometimes they make these tools and stuff, but I got a regular tool. I had this for 8 million years. And you use this adjuster nut, and it actually goes in that way. And you tighten that screw down in there, and it pushes this down. And then you can get this spring, like a snap ring, all around. You can see where it goes in those grooves around here. You can snap it in place around there. Then your clutch pack is all installed. So that's that. I was just demonstrating how this goes like when it's on the ground, but you're going to do it when it's up on the bike. You're going to put this on here. And you see that groove over there? You're going to have this washer and then this snap ring, which will actually sit in here like that, when it's installed on there. Then you're going to put all your clutch pack in and all that type of stuff. So, also, remember, you have here, you see this? You got that washer. You got that washer. That's your thrust washer for your shift shaft. Okay? The other thing I like doing is, you see all the Allen bolts? I got them in there in the cardboard. So they're all going back in the same hole they came out of. I'm going to put Loctite blue. These are about 100 inch-pounds, which is only like 8 foot-pounds. The Torx bolts that come with the stator, it should come with the stator, got a special adhesive on there, some kind of like Loctite. And they only go on there 40 inch-pounds. It's like 3 foot-pounds. It's like nothing. It's a real light torque. Now, some guys reuse those bolts and they use Loctite red. That's been done before, and it's been on there for years. So, but the stator finally went. It's been in there since the 90s, so I guess I can't complain about it. I thought all this broke and stuff, but I'm changing out the clutch cable, that shoe thing, that there. But it should be good enough, because I can tell you right now that you can get to start changing parts, and there's like one part and another part and another part, and before you know it, you got a whole brand new bike. I'm changing out more than I think I need to change out, but yeah. So anyway, that was what I just made a video for, because sometimes these parts in here, you can flip them around the wrong way. I mean, it's kind of common, some of it's common sense, but then maybe it's not. So hats off to Zipper's Machine Shop. I don't know if they do this service anymore, but they probably don't, because aftermarket they fixed they fixed these stupid things. But I'm keeping this part. You know, like if I ever reinstall it, I'll probably just change this bearing out, which I think this bearing is pressed in there. To tell you the truth, that's why the bearing, when you buy a new one of these, it's got a new bearing. But I'm changing it out too because I'm putting a new front sprocket, a new chain. So I have a new front sprocket, a new chain, and having the same worn gear teeth matched up with that. I might as well have one with all brand new gear teeth, right? So I don't know, I just hope this helps somebody, because sometimes when you're looking at a video and it's in color and it's got some definition to it, you can see what the hell's going on. Any questions, just ask. Yeah, I should point out that the stator on this thing is definitely bad, because when I check between the two leads, well, first off, it's not putting out any amps when the thing was running. And I checked between the two leads, it's supposed to, I think, have like 0.3 ohms. It's got infinite resistance. So some wire in there is broken or something. But, you know, it's undamaged. Like that clutch shell didn't hit nothing. It just, you know, finally just wore out. That's some pretty good work, man. I'm really impressed by zippers.